Alright dear, welcome back! We've got an internet-capable chat app, which is awesome, and I can say, hey everybody! And then press enter, and it sends it to the internet, and other people can also visit it. If you want to test that, try opening a new window, maybe an incognito window. Is good to test different users, because it runs off a separate set of cookies. But you can just make a new window. My name is other person, and sure enough, yo. Oh, where did it come? There we go. It comes down here. Yo there. Yo yourself. One thing you'll notice is the position that it appears is actually random. These are not oldest to newest or newest to oldest. They're just in essentially a random order. It is the same order between them, but the new messages don't always go to the bottom. Okay, to do that, we can, when I get the collection of posts, I want to order it by date, and that's why I had the date in here, so that then I can sort them from oldest to newest or newest to oldest. Okay, so in here, before the on snapshot, but after the collection, I want to get this collection and modify it by using an order by. And for an order by to work, I can do where order by. What do I want to order by? I want to order by date, right? And in fact, just that, order by date. That'll be oldest to newest. If I refresh, hopefully now, what's my name? www. Hey, good. Now they are in date order. Brilliant. Another good feature to add might be to have likes. So I can like individual posts. To do that, I'm going to need a like button on each post, which means that this is going to become a little bit more complicated. So I'll just make this a bit easier for me to see. There we go. These backticks are cool because you can have strings that go for multiple lines, and it will let you that work. That will be fine. So I want to have a like button. Maybe I will put it underneath the text. I'll put it here, button, and the button says like. Let's check that that works. Beautiful. And now each of these has a like button. The like button, of course, doesn't do anything. So I want to add an on-click handler. Kind of like this save button has an on-click function that does something, that handles it when you click on it. I want to do the same thing for this button. To do that, I need a reference to it. Instead of doing ID, I'm going to do class. And the reason is, there's more than one like button. If I give this an ID of like button, and this an ID of like button, how will it know which I've clicked on? So I'm going to give it a class, and I'm going to call this class like button. Hopefully the program for the web application works exactly the same. Beautiful, no changes. But later here, I can get a reference to that like button. Now, the like button is inside this div, okay? And I'm going to simulate it here. For example, this div here, I'll pick that one. Okay. Now, suppose, what's going on? There we go, that. Suppose that that div was called div. And in fact, when we're inside this function, div is a reference to that div there. Just to prove it, div, enter, is that div there. I can get a specific element inside it by doing div.querySelector. Now, if you've used CSS, then what goes in here is a CSS selector. For example, I can get the B tag from it. See, and that gets the bold tag, which is this one, which is that one there. Or I can get the button, yeah, which is this one. I might have more than one button later on, so I can also get the thing matching a particular class. To get the button matching a class of like button, I can do dot like button. There you go. And now that is a reference to that button. And now we'll be able to do on click. So that there, notice that I test it to make sure it's going to work, because there's a lot of stuff there. And when I click that, I want to run some function. I'm going to make a function here called add like. Add like is going to need a reference to the particular document. So to this particular post, for example, the document for this particular post. Because then that will give me access to that post's identifier and let me increase its likes. So add like needs a document. For now, I'm just going to make it, alert like. Just something nice and simple. When I do this, I want to run that function. It is a little bit more complicated than this one here. I can't just do add like because I want to be able to pass in the document, right? And if I do this, that won't do it when I click the button. That'll do it as soon as this line runs. Yeah, and this line runs whenever it makes a new row here. So even when you visit the page, this line is going to run many times. And even though I haven't clicked the like button. Well, there are a lot of messages now. Okay. So instead of doing it this way, I'm going to make a little function here, and just an itty-bitty inline function, this is called, much like we made an inline function here. And that says, when I click on it, run a function, what does that function do? It just hits that add like function. And I'm going to pass in the document that came from here. So doc, remember, refers to this document, and you can always check that by doing a console.log doc. Save, refresh. Yeah, so doc refers to that Firestore document, and when I click on them, I'm going to pass that document into here. Hopefully now when I click like, excellent. Now it knows that I've clicked the like button. Alright, let's see if I can get access to the document. Maybe I'm going to make it log the document when I click on the like button. So this one is ID 1A3, and this one down the bottom is NGG. Cool. So it can correctly identify the exact message that I am looking at, or the exact post that I'm looking at. So that's good. Now I need to find a way to increase the likes. First I need to get the number of likes. I'll make a variable here. I'm going to call it likes. I'll call it likes. And that is initially 0. And then here, I want to get the number of likes that it has, add one, and then save it back. So now it's got more likes, one more like than it did previously. To do this one step at a time, maybe initially I'm just going to make it update it to have one like. Yeah, so the doc is this document. Doc.ref is a reference to the location of the document. And then I can do doc.ref.update to update things. For example, I can update the text of that document to be hello. So now, whenever I click on the like button, it'll change the text to be hello. Let's check if that works. Cool. So you can change messages really easily. You can change them all to be hello. Brilliant. We don't want to do that. We want to change the votes. Let's for now change the votes to be 7. Yeah, so it doesn't increase it by 1 yet. It just sets it to be 7. Now, although it is setting the likes to be 7, I have no way of checking that because it doesn't show the likes on the screen. 2 ways to check. One way, go in here and check that all of these now have votes set to 7. Good, that works as expected. And the other way is, well, make it display the number of likes. Yeah. So down here, as well as saying the text, I can say, we'll also show post.likes. And maybe I'll put the word likes after it so I can see that's the number of likes. Undefined likes. Interesting. It's almost as though post.likes doesn't exist. Huh. How peculiar. Let's console.log. Oh, I think I know what happened. Console.log post and see what is in post. Okay, post contains date, text, username, votes. Why did I call this votes and this likes? Let's be consistent. Let's call everything likes. There we go. So now I click the button and it sets the number of likes to be 7. I'm just going to do that to all of them just so that they've all actually got a number of likes. This has undefined likes because, well, when it was made, there was no likes for that particular message. Alright, beautiful. Now, next step. I need to retrieve the number of likes that it had, in this case 7, add 1 to get 8, and then write that back into that document. So retrieve the 7, add 1 to get 8, and then write that back into this document. So, first, I'm going to need to do this thing. I'm going to need to get the data. Let's do console.log post to see what is in doc.data. Name, me, whatever. I'm just going to clear the console, just because those messages came from here. Once you're done with the console.log, you can just delete it. Good, so that says that message is hey, that message is hello, that message is yes, and I can see that the number of likes is 7. Okay. It's getting a little bit... I'll do that in a second. So the number of likes is 7. So I can also do post.likes, and that will get the number of likes for that particular post. Hopefully, now, when I click on a post, it says 7. Good. Because they all have 7 likes. Now, what I was just about to do is I'm going to delete all of the posts just because it's getting a little bit messy and a lot of junk posts in there. So, what is your status? Hello, smiley face. What is up? Okay. Notice that as soon as I click it, it sets the number of likes to 7. Initially, the number of likes was 0, and it just set it to 7. Beautiful. Now, the number of likes that I actually want is the previous number of likes plus 1. So, bar, I call it new likes equals post.likes plus 1. And now this I want to set to new likes. So if post.likes was 7, it'll add 1 to get 8, save that variable into here, and then set likes to be 8. What is your name? Tom. Yay! And that is how you get liking working. Isn't that cool? Isn't this fun? You can just like to your heart's content. If you like this video, then make sure that you like. Yeah, good. Have fun.